Welcome back to Capping the Card on Trust the Profits. This is for Assiniboia Downs on Monday night, August 21st. We will be live. Don't forget to stop by and chat with all of us, handicap with all of us. We've got a great thing on Monday nights that this show is going to get you prepared.
Today's video is brought to you by Assiniboia Downs Gaming and Event Center. Be sure to tune into this channel live Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern for Monday Night Lights, hosted by Trust the Profits.
That's right. What's up, everybody? My name is Colin and this is Trust the Profits on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. We have plenty of content coming out. Jessica's going to be back with her pedigree puzzles as we lead up to the Travers. Sean's got you covered with Woodbine. And we're waiting up for the return of El Hombre. He'll be back soon. And the formula has been running through full field rundowns of all the major races, including the Alabama, which just happened this weekend. And of course, on Monday nights, we are live for our Assiniboia Downs Monday Night Lights show in partnership with StableDuel and Assiniboia Downs. So we start giving you tips for who to use to put together your StableDuels. And then we live handicap together on Monday nights right here on the channel. So that's why you want to like and subscribe, turn on those notifications so you know when we go live, and you will be here and we will be here. And it is a ton of fun. I thank you for joining me on this episode as we look at Monday, August 21st. You have a card of 8, usually Assiniboia Downs. There's 7 races. They obviously had a couple of nights, one night canceled, one night cut short last week. So they're probably making up some of those races. Looking into tonight's card, going with 8 races. So that'll certainly be a little tweak to your StableDuel strategy. Your first race is going 6 furlongs. It's an optional claimer, 10,000 for 3-year-olds and up. You have some horses here that have been coming off of a layoff, such as the 1, the 2, the 3, Mr. McLean, and the 5. You have a favorite, number 4, Mr. Dazzle, a 2-to-1 morning line. The speed figures are certainly there. This horse has raced 28 times up at Assiniboia Downs with 6 firsts and 8 seconds, 4 times in third. So a fairly consistent lot. Earlier in the year was running over at Woodbine on the synthetic. So you can toss a lot of those races. And that bump up that you see here at Assiniboia Downs, you can bank on that. However, I'm going to go with the 3. Mr. McLean is my on-top choice at 5-2. He has been off, but you'll notice he had to work on July 22nd. I love that he's always in the mix. Maybe not necessarily good that he doesn't get the win, but if you look at the past performances, 3rd, 2nd, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 2nd, 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 3rd. That's a good mix for a horse that you might want to put into your StableDuels, knowing he's going to be there. He's also a forwardly placed horse, and in this race, I don't see a ton of speed. And I think he's coming from some key races. Last time racing against Del Vecchio, 2 back going against Big Nick, who came back to win, and Gone Somewhere, who came back to win. So those races are nothing to sneeze at, and the speed figures at least put him in the ballpark. So Mr. McLean's going to be my top pick. My value play, we're going to go all the way to the outside to number 7. Something Super. This last race, we saw Giant Oak, Monstradamus both come back Manitoba Derby Day, run big races. He had an excuse in that race, both being on the rail. That has not been the place to be for a little bit of a chunk of time here up at Assiniboia Downs. That was a tough field. He's coming in 3rd off the layoff. He gets Badri aboard, who's ridden this horse before, ridden him to a 2nd place finish. 2 back at 5.5 furlongs. This is 3rd off the layoff, so you get the hot trainer, the hot jockey, and at 10-1 for a trainer that hits at 43%, 3rd off the layoff, and 30% in sprints. That's out of 100 races. I think you're getting a pretty good price here for number 7, Something Super, sired by Super Saver. I love horses sired by Super Saver, so we'll go with Something Super as our value play. Race 2 is a claiming 5,000, non-winners of 4 lifetime. And I think you have, it's for 7-year-olds. I'm sorry, going 7 furlongs, 3-year-olds and up. You have a field of 7. I think you're going to get enough speed in this race from the 2 White Rose Spirit, the 5 Outcome, and the 6 Feller to set up something nice for a horse like number 7, Provocative Prince, who is 4-1, trained by Gittins with DeMario by Noah Board. If you've been on our Monday night shows, you know how our crew has quickly fallen in love with this jockey who always finds a way to not only get home, but also get home those prices. You're getting a better price here on Provocative Prince than you are on maybe the 4 Etu Babo, who is a legit challenger in this race. 7-5 morning line, though. I'd rather take a shot with Provocative Prince, especially in something like a StableDuel. This horse has raced at this distance 6 times, has a first and 2 seconds. So I always talk about the 7 furlong distance being a little bit of tricky. And I like that the Provocative Prince is actually cutting back in distance. So this horse had been running at a mile and 16, 7.5 furlongs. Would like to see a little bit more speed from Provocative Prince, and not necessarily to be up in the mix, but to be a little bit closer. This horse tends to fall back a little bit too much. Also, this horse worked on August 5th. This is a angle you heard Tim at Riders Up, one of our friends here on Trust the Profits, talk about up at Assiniboia Downs. When these horses sneak in these works, they usually come back and do pretty well, and you're getting that here with the 7 Provocative Prince. For my value pick, I'm going to go with one of those early speed horses and hoping that maybe by chance the speed can hold up, and you're getting 12-1 on White Rose Spirit. This horse has had a pretty good year up at Assiniboia Downs so far this year with 2 victories, a second and a third, and those are all come in the last 4 races for White Rose Spirit. Basically at this level, I think this horse is the speed of the speed, at least early, and maybe White Rose Spirit has the ability to take them wire to wire. 14 races up at Assiniboia Downs, 2 victories, 2 seconds, 4 thirds. Does well over the fast track. The speed figures are a little light in comparison to a horse like the 4 Etu Babo. Even Outcome has shown increasing speed this year and is 4th off the layoff. That was a horse I considered, sired by Outwork. But we're going to try to take a shot with White Rose Spirit. The 2 jockeys that I have quickly fallen in love with up there will be both who I have in this race. Race 3, we're getting a maiden race. Horses that have not really started much. You have 3 horses that have at least 1 start. You have a field of 8. They're going 5 furlongs. This is for 2-year-old fillies. Maiden special weight, 20,000. Your 1 Conti is going to be your favorite. 9-5 on the morning line. They showed a lot of confidence moving this horse, both from a maiden special weight up to the debutante, and then to the graduation $50,000 stakes level. And this horse finished 2nd in those 2 stakes opportunities. So certainly a horse that's definitely going to be in the mix early and has at least shown the ability to handle some big field or some tough fields. Except I'm going to go all the way to the outside with my top pick, though, with Awfully Special. And the reason I'm going with the 8 is in this last race, Just Let Me Adam won that race that Awfully Special debuted in and then came back to win again. Awfully Special finished 3rd behind Just Let Me Adam, and I'm going to try and use that key race on July 24th as an opportunity to hopefully get a horse like Awfully Special, who's going to be under bet because of what we talked about with the 1 Conti, and maybe hopefully we can get a price. The horse is sired by Kentucky Bear. I absolutely love that. And we'll see if we can get Awfully Special home. The speed figure from a Brisnet standpoint on Awfully Special in that first race was a 54. Conti has done 60, 55, 58. So although those step up in class in those races, the speed figures for Awfully Special to me are in the same ballpark as your 1 Conti. So hopefully we can sneak in here and get a little price on a horse that has a race under the belt. And that's very important in a lot of these races. Is you have 3 horses that have experience, and horses do so much better second time out once they kind of understand what their job is, and that's what you're getting here. You're also getting some experience on number 6, My Kind of Night. The speed figure there didn't fit for me, and I'll take a shot with the 8. For a price, the value play, I am going to go with the 4, Cavore. Hopefully I pronounced that right, and this is more of a trainer angle for me. You're getting 10-1 on Michael Knott with Chow, who have just been on fire up at Assiniboia Downs this year, hitting at 27%. Knott is 37% first-time starters, 38% when he starts them at this level, 43% with 2-year-olds. And all of those races, all of those samples are big numbers. I mean, it's 42 races, 39 races, 19 races. We're not talking about going like 2 for 5 and getting a high percentage. This trainer here does a really good job getting the horses ready first time out. And at 10 to 1, I don't know if you're going to get that price, but from a value play, Cavore will be one who I take a shot here in race 3. Again, this is capping the card. We're running through the entire card of Assiniboia Downs for Monday night, August 21st. And in race 4, you have a field of 6. This is a stakes race, a very competitive race, going a mile for 3-year-olds and up. All of these horses are very strong running up at Assiniboia Downs, and I think I know you have a lot of speed in this race. I'm going to go all the way to the outside again with number 6, Private Frank, as my top pick. He's 8 to 5 on the morning line, but he's also 4 for 5 up at Assiniboia Downs this year. The only race he actually lost was at Assiniboia Downs last August. And what I like here is the step up in class and the speed figures just generally being in the same area. Now, one thing you have to worry about is a horse like the 5. This is always something I'm cautious of, is when I see a trainer just following the same pattern year over year with a horse. And that's exactly what you have here with McCaig, who last year was running up at Assiniboia Downs in some optional claimer 10,000, moved to the allowance level, and then came into this exact same stakes race and walked away with the win. This year, you see the exact same pattern: 2 optional claimer races followed by an allowance race, and stepping in here to take on this stakes race. And the speed figures are very similar. So that is someone that you definitely want to be cautious of, and that's probably why you're getting 9 to 5 on the number 5, McCaig. Well, I'm going to take my shot with the horse that's similar, and that's the 2, Perciability, who had a very similar pattern last year, came into this exact same race and finished second behind that horse that we just talked about, McCaig. Now, the last 2 races for Perciability, losing by 14 lengths and 20 lengths, certainly have me concerned. A horse got into a speed duel in both of those races and faltered pretty badly. Horse does want to be forwardly placed, has come from off the pace a little bit to win, especially about 5 or 6 back just last race last year. So there is a concern there, but when you're going to pick a value play in a race where you have a lot of horses that are very competitive, I'm going to go with the 2, Perciability, as my 10 to 1 value play here in race 4 at Assiniboia Downs. Excuse me as I take a sip of water because I'm losing my voice. We'll move on to race 5. Claiming $40,000 level, 7 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up. We have a field of 8. Now, I will caution you here, as I was going through these races, I feel like these last 4 races are very tough. Partly because you don't have any horses maybe that you love, and partly because you have some races where you might have more than just 1, 2, or 3 that you are interested in. Here in race 5, my top pick is going to be Mass Mischief at 8 to 1. This horse has raced 89 times and has won 11 of those. Again, this is one of the races where I really had a hard time liking anybody. I'm hoping that Mass Mischief can get back to what he was doing last year, which was putting some speed figures up in the mid-70s, even getting into the 80s. You're getting him 3rd off the layoff here, and the speed figures have been improving. This is a 9-year-old, so there's always that concern of how much more will they improve, and are they on the decline? But this kind of became a process of elimination, of not really loving anybody else in the race here. I was interested in the 7, Camps Bay, getting 2nd off the layoff. If he can get back to some of the speed figures last year, certainly in the mix. For my value play, I'm going to go with the 1, Double Time. He had a good race last time. He's some early speed in here. He's 2 for 6 at the distance. Has raced at Assiniboia Downs 50 times and has won 8 times, 4 seconds, 5 thirds. Hopefully some of that early speed in on the rail can be advantageous to Double Time. And at 15 to 1, we're in a race where I don't really like anybody, I'll be happy to take that shot. And that'll probably be a horse that I most likely use in my StableDuel. Race 6, we have a field of 9. You have a big favorite dropping down. My confidence in this race is low. As I said, these are some tough ones. It's a 6 furlong race going 6 furlongs, claiming 7,500 non-winners of 2 for 3-year-old fillies and mares. It's a state bred. We have All Terrain Jane back in here. If you follow us on Monday nights, this horse was my sleepy time pick who actually broke the curse and won. Then we were on her last time on our last show, and she finished 5th, 8 lengths behind. I just can't seem to get All Terrain Jane right. So for me, and for that reason, I'm going to not worry about her beating me here. My top pick is going to be the 5, Double Barrel Delight. You have your favorite here, number 7 at 6-5, who's taking a big drop compared to what the other horses are doing in here. The speed figures from last year fit. In a race, again, where I don't really have a strong opinion, I'm not going to take the 6-5 favorite. Not that 5-2 is that much better, especially where Double Barrel Delight is been racing at the maiden special weight level for 9 times. Finally broke it last time out. But in those 9 races was always in the money with a win, 4 seconds, and 4 thirds. Chow stays aboard for Nault. We've talked about that combination being pretty strong. And so I'm going to make Double Barrel Delight a horse that can come from off the pace my top play. Value play, I'm going to go for the lightly raced horse in here. At this claiming level, I like to give horses a shot. Debilicious is 15-1, has 1 race up at Assiniboia Downs and a victory. This horse started at 5.5 furlongs and then moved to the maiden claiming ranks at 7,500 and put up a Brisnet speed figure of a 60. The par for this race is 66. And I think that at 15-1, that's not a bad shot to take when you don't know maybe the ceiling of what this filly can do yet. She's a 4-year-old. I like fillies that are in their 4-year-old season, definitely giving them an opportunity to make another step forward. And if you can get that with Debilicious, I think you have a shot here, although that 7 may be tough. Race 7, which is usually your last race at Assiniboia Downs, it's not on this particular night. It's an other wide open race to me. Claiming 5,000 non-winners of 2 levels, 6 furlongs, 3-year-olds and up for fillies and mares. I think you could go with the 2, the 5, the 6, or the 9. I think you're getting speed from the 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. And when I count off 5 horses that I think there will be speed, I'm going to immediately start to tend to look at a horse that's going to be coming from off the pace. And that's what you get here with 6 True Kate. You also get Jorge Carreno aboard, an 18% jockey who's doing very well this year. And this horse is 16 races at Assiniboia Downs, 4 wins, 3 seconds, 4 thirds. Horse for the course is what we like up at Assiniboia Downs. And True Kate at 6-1, I think is a really good price. And actually, if you follow Charting Horse Value, and you can get his free charts on ASD Downs player portal, has True Kate as the A+ in this race. Not a ton of confidence with only a 2-star, but after my handicapping and seeing that made it a lock for me to want to put True Kate on top here in this race. The value pick, I know it's not totally value, 9-2. I don't think you can ignore this 9 Stan Starlet with Cumberbatch aboard. Going back when this horse broke his maiden in a maiden claiming $6,200 level, put up a 68 speed figure. That was a really big figure compared to what else you're getting in this field. Some have done it lifetime, but not many of them have done that recently. Now, the last race came back and only put up a 47, but that was at the optional claimer $15,000 level. So you're getting a horse that's dropping down here for Elton Dickey's 11% trainer. And this horse definitely showed some early speed. And that's what I talked about. You're getting quite a bit of early speed. Hopefully that one pushes it, and it sets it up for a 61 favorite or 6-1 top pick for me in True Kate. On to race 8. My graphic is wrong there on the top. This is actually race 8 that we're going to talk about. It is a 5.5 furlong race for 3-year-olds and up. You have a field of 9, and I think your class droppers in this race are going to play a big part, and that is the 1 Frank's Reload and the 5 Mia's Majesty. Mia's Majesty is going to be my top pick. 2 back was running at the claiming $10,000 level. Mia's Majesty is all go, go, go. You're going to see Mia's Majesty break right out to the front And I hope that that early speed from Mia's Majesty is going to hold up. I don't know that she's going to be contented with a ton. There's some speed on her outside, some speed on the inside, especially from Frank's Reload, who's shown speed before and has 2 victories up at Assiniboia Downs. Mia's Majesty just missed last time out. It was the lone speed and ended up being second best at this same level. Let's see if Mia's Majesty can return to the winner's circle. For value, I'm going to go just inside to Mia's Majesty to the number 4, Just a Buster. This horse was bumped early last time out. I think you can draw a line through that last race. Has been racing at this level the last 4 races, which doesn't make me too happy. Not feeling too warm and fuzzy, but did finish second twice and third twice at this level. You get Badri aboard, who's more than capable. And for Michael Taphorn, who's hitting at 34%, those are pretty good combinations. So I will use the 4 Just a Buster and the 5 Mia's Majesty. The 6 big ticket hasn't gotten back to what he was doing at Lone Star. Lone Star, I feel like those races, maybe that's where this horse wants to race. And that's why I left big ticket off of mine. So there you have it. That is all 8 races in 20 minutes for Assiniboia Downs on Monday night, August 21st. My name's Colin Sheehan. Please join in to the live stream Monday night. We'll have guests popping in and out all night. Just drop in, say hello, hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you all for your support. And let me know in the comments who you like as your maybe best pick or top pick for Monday night.